In the top stories, Water Services Department announces water service interruption in several areas in St. Kitts. Venezuela fines TikTok $10 million over deadly challenges. And FAA investigates runway incident involving Gonzaga basketball team's flight. Hello and welcome to the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Today is Tuesday, December 31st, 2024. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey. Nationally, the St. Kitts Water Services Department, or WSD, has announced that water service has been temporarily suspended in the areas of Beacon Heights, Doors, Shadwell East, and Shadwell West due to low water levels in the feeder tank. The department estimates that service will be restored by 5 a.m. on January 1st, 2025. The WSD has expressed sincere apologies for any inconvenience this disruption may cause and thanked customers for their patience and understanding during this time. For further updates and notifications, residents are encouraged to follow the WSD's official Facebook page or visit the department's website at water.gov.kn or mopieudtgov.kn. The St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Committee has announced the judging points for the Skelett Grand Carnival Parade to be held on January 1st, 2025. According to a press statement, there will be 3 judging points: inside of Dr. William Connor Primary School at the Amri Mall on Keon Street and crossing the stage on Pond Road in front of Newtown Playing Field. Sugar mass flags will be erected on both sides of the streets to indicate the judging points. 5 judges will be assigned to each judging point. At each point, mass bands will be judged based on presentation, interpretation of theme, and design. Craftsmanship will be judged at the Dr. William Connor judging point, as each troupe is expected to designate 2 revelers from each section, 1 male and 1 female, to serve as models for judges to evaluate the craftsmanship aspect of the costume. Mass bands will be judged for the opportunity to win King of the Bands, Queen of the Bands, and Spirit of Carnival. Judging begins at 9 a.m. at the Dr. William Connor Primary School. The Grand Parade will start at 11 a.m. on Keon Street. Meanwhile, the St. Kitts Nevis National Carnival Committee has announced the judging points for the Skelett Grand Carnival Parade to be held on January 1st. According to a press statement, there will be 3 judging points: inside of Dr. William Connor Primary School at the Amri Mall on Keon Street and crossing the stage on Pond Road in front of Newtown Playing Field. Sugar mass flags will be erected on both sides of the streets to indicate the judging points. 5 judges will be assigned to each judging point. At each point, mass bands will be judged based on presentation, interpretation of theme, and design. Craftsmanship will be judged at the Dr. William Connor judging point, as each troupe is expected to designate 2 revelers from each section, 1 male and 1 female, to serve as models for judges to evaluate the craftsmanship aspect of the costume. Mass bands will be judged for the opportunity to win King of the Bands, Queen of the Bands, and Spirit of Carnival. Judging begins at 9 a.m. at the Dr. William Connor Primary School. The Grand Parade will start at 11 a.m. on Keon Street. Meanwhile, registered troops for the Skelett Grand Parade have a chance to win up to $41,500 for the Grand Parade. Troop of the Year will win $25,000, second place will receive $20,000, and third place will receive $15,000. Section of the Year will receive $5,000, and King of the Bands and Queen of the Bands are set to receive $2,500 each. The first troop to reveal all costumes will be awarded $1,500. Skelett will also award $5,000 cash to the most powerful troop, formerly Spirit of Carnival, display on the Skelett Grand Parade. This award will go to the troupe with the most exuberant revelers when crossing the judging points. The Skelett Grand Parade will take place on Wednesday, January 1st, 2025. We move now to news on the regional scene. Venezuela's Supreme Court has fined TikTok $10 million for failing to prevent viral video challenges connected to the deaths of 3 children. Judge Tania D'Amelio criticized the platform for negligence and ordered it to open a local office to ensure compliance with Venezuelan laws. TikTok has 8 days to pay. The ruling follows accusations by President Nicolas Maduro, who linked TikTok to the death of a 12-year-old involved in a tranquilizer challenge. TikTok has not commented on the decision. The court did not clarify how the fine will be enforced. Trinidad and Tobago has declared a state of emergency in response to a record-breaking crime wave with over 625 murders in 2024. The American Chamber of Commerce supported the move, but stressed the need for safeguards against abuses and long-term crime strategies. Opposition leader Kamla Persad-Bissessar criticized the measure as a political stunt ahead of the 2025 elections, accusing the government of failing to address the root causes of crime. Acting Attorney General Stuart Young announced measures including warrantless searches, arrests, and extended detentions to combat gang violence. Schools and businesses will remain open with no curfews in place. Internationally, the FAA is investigating a close call at Los Angeles International Airport, or LAX, on Friday when a key lime airjet carrying the Gonzaga University men's basketball team was instructed to stop short of a runway as a Delta flight took off. The Embraer E-135 jet halted safely before crossing the runway and no injuries were reported. A live stream of the incident showed an air traffic controller repeatedly urging the jet to stop. The team in Los Angeles for a game against UCLA was unaware of the situation at the time and expressed gratitude for the safe outcome. Gonzaga later lost 65-62 to UCLA, but bounced back with an 89-82 win over Pepperdine in their West Coast Conference opener. The Bulldogs now prepare for a home game against Portland on Thursday. And finally, in international news, the U.S. Treasury Department confirmed on Monday that Chinese hackers gained access to its workstations and unclassified documents by exploiting a vulnerability in third-party software. The breach, which is being investigated as a major cybersecurity incident, occurred after hackers used a stolen key from Beyond Trust, a vendor providing remote support services. The Treasury Department discovered the breach on December 8th and has since taken the compromised service offline. The department stated there is no evidence of ongoing access. China has denied the accusations, labeling them baseless. The incident follows the broader Salt Typhoon campaign, which targeted U.S. telecoms and private communications. Treasury officials are collaborating with the FBI and other agencies to assess the full extent of the damage. And now for the weather. Present weather is fair skies. Winds are a light breeze of 6 miles per hour from a northeasterly direction. The temperature is 28 degrees Celsius or 82 degrees Fahrenheit. Seas consist of northerly swells reaching 1.5 to 2.1 meters or 5 to 7 feet. Therefore, a high surf advisory remains in effect. Weather forecast for today will be partly sunny skies in general, with a 20% or slight chance of a brief light shower. Tonight is fair to partly cloudy and chilly conditions. Sunset for today will be at 5:48 p.m. and sunrise for tomorrow will be at 6:40 a.m. And that brings us to the end of the ZIZ Midday Newscast. Join us this evening for these stories and more in detail. Thank you for tuning in. I'm your presenter, Shanique Harvey.